What is up, everyone? Today I got some fun battles to show you with some spicy picks for the Hisui Cup. We got a couple teams which include Pokemon like Roserade, Infernape, Luxray, Firefang, Hippowdon. Not all of these teams worked that amazing, but they were fun, and at least one team worked incredible actually, and formed the basis for the squad I'll showcase in tomorrow's video, which brought me up all the way to 3340 rating and top 100 on the leaderboard. If you want to know what that is, stick around, subscribe for the video tomorrow, and also follow me on Twitch, because if you watch my Twitch livestream, you'll already know what the team is. Anyway, let's get started with these battles, starting with this Gliscor, Roserade, Infernape team. We lead into Frostlass, which is one of the worst leads possible. Roserade actually has a lot of player though. This team I'm currently running was actually suggested by someone in my Twitch chat. Apparently they went 23-2 with this squad, which is kind of ridiculous, so I had to try it out. I don't think it's that great, but it's definitely a very fun one. He suggested Dazzling Gleam on Roserade exactly for this matchup. It does a ton of damage to Toxicroak, as you can see. Unfortunately, it doesn't knock out though, and they're able to farm me down. Luckily, I have Gliscor to eat all of this energy, and still have Infernape in the back, hopefully to take out the Frostlass and whatever is in the back. If it's Lucario in the back, I might actually be in a decent spot. They bring in the Frostlass here, probably, I'm guessing. So I instant switch Infernape, and they stay in, which is interesting. Is this Lucario? If it's Lucario, might have a shot here if I can fire spin that down. I have to shield, even though I know it's Avalanche. They switch out into the Munchlax. This isn't great, but they're not throwing. They definitely have a body slam. Alright, they definitely have a body slam, but they didn't throw. So I get to this double close combat, knock out the Munchlax here, and then hopefully I can fire spin down the Frostlass before it gets to move. 2 fire spin, 3 fire spin, 4 fire spin. They barely get to the move, survive at 1 HP. Do they have another move for my Gliscor? I don't think so. I take them out. They definitely misplayed that very, very hard, but you know, that's the benefit of running an interesting Pokemon like Infernape. People don't really realize how to deal with it most of the time. Another terrible lead to Drifblim into Gliscor. Gliscor actually wins the zero shield scenario here. You can tank 1 Icy Wind, get to 2 Night Slashes, which will knock out the Drifblim. This Drifblim apparently knows that, and shields up the first Night Slash, which is kinda bad. I need to get this Drifblim out of here, because it absolutely walls Roserade. And, well, Infernape does okay versus it, but it's definitely not great. Gonna hit him with another Night Slash, get the boost, which is quite huge. Get a couple boosted Night Slashes in. They switch in their Drapion into my Infernape, and just really bad. This is really bad. Since I also can't really switch my Roserade in here. Gonna go for the Blast Burn to hopefully get rid of this Drapion. This gets shielded up. That's bad. That's really bad again. Yeah, I gotta shield up this next Aqua Tail, and now I'm gonna try to catch the next on my Roserade. I do make a beautiful catch and get my Bullet Seed through, which actually helps me out a ton, because I got that Bullet Seed through. I know I can actually overfarm my 1 Bullet Seed here before they get to the Crunch. This is 10 turns for a Crunch and only 9 to fire my Weather Ball. And then I hope they bring in the Drifblim again and I somehow outpace, but they actually have a Shadow Skuntank. I need to get to the Gleam here, but I don't. I died with Weather Ball, but throwing that would have been quite useless. I really needed the Gleam so I could farm down this Skuntank. With just Weather Ball, I would not have been able to. So I go for the close combat there right as they're about to get to the Crunch, and unfortunately it is not enough, since this Drifblim will just knock me out. But I did get quite close there, so GG. Toxicroak lead is really, really good. They dare to bring in their Gliscor, which is just quite bad for me, since both Roserade and Infernape definitely lose that matchup. I actually make a mistake here. They switched in their Gliscor, which actually took a turn from them. Currently, that seems kind of random whenever you switch in. Sometimes it takes no turn, sometimes it takes 1 turn. Took 1 turn from them for them in that case. If it takes your opponent 1 turn to switch, always throw your move before they do, because then you stay ahead by 1 wing attack. Since I didn't do that, and they threw theirs first, we were actually at the same pacing, which meant they got to the Night Slash at the same time. You saw they won CMP on the second one. It didn't matter, luckily, since I got the boost. But if I didn't get the boost, I would have actually, well, I wouldn't have lost that matchup, but it would have just been better if I threw my Night Slash earlier. So yeah, that's just a little tip for you all. Anyway, I have my Rose against this Toxstroke now, which is not a horrible matchup, but I throw the Weather Ball into my barrel, which they switched in, which is definitely not ideal. Definitely wasn't expecting it to bring in a Water versus my Grass. I even go for the Dazzling Gleam here, hoping they no-shield it, but they shielded up. I think I really should have gone for the Weather Balls. If I would have been able to fire off a Weather Ball there, I would have been in a decent spot. But now I am forced to bring in my Infernape versus this barrel. Hopefully farm it down with the Fire Spins, but it's impossible. They get to another Surf, and this will definitely knock out the Actually, wow. Infernape is incredibly squishy. I am surprised it survived there, but it didn't survive the subsequent Water Gun, and we get knocked out. As you could see, a 1-4 set. This team didn't do amazing. But the next team, we're gonna show they do a little better. Next squad is Fire Fang powered on double Grass, and I lead into an Electrode, which is quite good. These Fire Fangs are really adding up. I try to catch an Energy Ball, but it don't throw, but they do end up throwing into my Electrode anyway, which is very, very fine. They throw Wild Charge, which is weird, since that is double resisted. Energy Ball is definitely a way to go there. They bring in Frostlass now, which is fine for me. I can get to double Wild Charge here. And they let one go, which is amazing for me. I really didn't want them to double shield that, because then I would have needed to double shield their avalanches later on as well. In fact, I might still have to. No, actually, they threw 10 Powder Snows, which means 2 more Powder Snows to get to the next avalanche. This is 12 for 2, and I should be able to farm this down in 3 Fire Fangs. So yeah, I'm fine. I bring in the Electrode here, or the Tangrowth here, because again they had some energy on the Electrode, and I don't want to take an Energy Ball on Hippo. So yeah, I would have rather have them throw that into my Tangrowth. The incomes are Wormadam trash now though, which is a pretty hard wall to my Tangrowth. I can of course throw these Rock Slides here, but they don't do that much damage. However, a third one would kill, so they definitely need to throw their Charge move, which is really nice for me. Just gonna let it go at this point, farm down with the Electrode, or the Electrode with the Hippo, and then I can probably take out the Electrode too with a Body Slam. They know, they concede the game. GG. Next match, we have a Frostlass lead. This is where Fire Fang comes in really, really handy. Unfortunately though, Frostlass will still reach 2 avalanches, since I'm not a Shadow. So having Shadow would probably come in handy. Might be better than regular actually, just because of this matchup, but I did like the bulk the regular had as well. I'm just gonna double shield though, since, well, I do wanna take care of this Frostlass. If I don't shield that, I'm gonna have to Vine Whip down with Tangrowth actually, and I'm not sure if I reach that within, what is it? Like 5 Vine Whips anyway before they reach the Avalanche, so I'd have to use a shield either way, I think. Ingram's Bastiodon into my Electrode now. Glad I saved my Hippo. Well, a bit. This is not great. I also don't have Earth Power on Hippo, so I actually can't do much versus Bastiodon. Honestly, I would really recommend you get rid of Body Slam and run Earth Power instead. It's probably a lot more useful. Anyway, they take me out with the Flamethrower here on the CMP. I go into my... Man, what do I even bring in? I go into this? Yeah, I need to get the Power Whip before they get to Flamethrower, and then probably try to catch a Flamethrower on my Hippo is the ID here. Just gonna be very difficult. Yeah, I try to catch, and I do get the catch. Wow, what a beautiful catch. What a beautiful catch. They get to the Flamethrower, they undercharge, and then they bring in the Gastrodon. Interesting. They're gonna farm me down here, and they might be able to take me out with 2 Body Slams at this point, or take out my Tangrowth, I mean. The Bastiodon has no energy, but Smackdowns would do a lot. They would... Oh man. Oh, I overfarmed too much. I needed to overfarm a little bit. Otherwise, Smackdowns would knock me out. But I just did too much, and they get to the Body Slam. It's 5 and then 4 Mud Slaps to 2 Body Slam actually with Gastrodon, and I just didn't count them properly, so that's unfortunate, but GG. Next squad is a team that worked incredibly well for me. Luxray, Gallade, and a Gliscor. Shadow Gallade actually. If you run Gallade, Shadow is definitely what I recommend. It is just does so much damage with Confusion, and a lot of times the best answer on the opponent's team would be something like a Frostlass, and Frostlass actually loses the 2 shields to Shadow Gallade. I think it also loses the 2 shields versus regular Gallade. It's just a lot closer, whereas you can see the Shadow Confusions really do a ton of damage to this thing, and the Shadow Leaf Blade will do a ton of damage too, so I have to shield it. Unfortunately, I don't have an amazing answer to Frostlass in this squad. So I'm gonna have to rely on Luxray surviving the move right here, and looks like it barely does. I have to shield this up though, because I can't bring my Gliscor into this Frostlass, so I'm gonna shield this Avalanche, get to the Psychic Fangs here to knock out the Frostlass, and now I just gotta hope Gliscor is enough to take out the rest of the team. We already saw the Bastiodon, which comes in now, interestingly enough. And what is it in the back? I really gotta hope it's something Gliscor can deal with, and it's Gastrodon. This is what heaven looks like. Gastrodon, Bastiodon is a pretty common duo. They cover for each other pretty well, since Bastiodon loses to the fighters, Gastrodon beats the fighters, Gastrodon loses to the flyers, Bastiodon beats the flyers, except for Gliscor. Gliscor is an exception, one of the only Pokemon that can deal with Bastiodon and Gastrodon core, as he nukes both of them right there. GG. Next game we see a Gastrodon in the lead, which is just very, very bad. I bring in my Gallade here, and in comes Frostlass, and this is amazing for me. I lured out the Frostlass so my Gliscor stays clear of it, and Gallade actually wins this matchup. In this case, the Psychic actually beats the Ghost. Look at these Confusions just adding up. For some reason, they go for a Shadow Ball here, which is weird. I might actually be able to farm down before the Avalanche because of that, but they still get there, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, if you're the Frostlass there, definitely just go for Avalanche. It still kills Gallade from like full HP, so Shadow Ball is a little overkill. Anyway, I'm just gonna wait to see what comes in here. If it's Gastro, I would go for a Leaf Blade, but it's Drapion. I go straight for the close combat. This was basically one shot, so they honestly have to shield, which they do. They get like 2 Poison Stings advantage, which means I should hit the Wild Charge before they get to Crunch plus Aqua Tail to knock me out. Since it's 9 for Crunch Aqua Tail, it's 6 for Wild Charge, and they're 2 advantage, so they needed 7 Poison Stings. I get there, I even wait a turn to make sure I throw in the middle of their Poison Sting so they can't catch on Gastrodon, and now we have Gliscor on Gastrodon once again, and well, we know how this goes. Even if they have Water Pulse, it doesn't do that much. I just got the Earthquake anyway, and this should knock out the Slug right here once the game is... Hello, game? Alright, here we go. GG's. Very nice. Another Gastrodon lead. I faced so many of these, but it's alright. I bring in my Gallade here. They bring in Empoleon, which is definitely not ideal. My charge move timing is going to be a little off here. It's always awkward to time your 4-turn fast moves versus 3-turn fast moves, and that is gonna cost me a second Leaf Blade, unfortunately. It's not all bad though, because I did lure out the Empoleon here, which isn't Gliscor answer at this point. If there is something Gliscor can beat in the back, I might have a shot here. Oh my god, I go for the Psychic Fangs here, since I didn't think I'd reach the Wild Charge, since they get to another move here. So it was a good play, but now it's Gliscor versus the world. I really gotta hope it's something like a Bastiodon in the back, but unfortunately it is a Abomasnow and we get taken out. 4-1 with this team in the first set is definitely not too shabby. I ended up going positive afterwards as well, so definitely a team I can recommend. Though if you really want a good team, I recommend going with a slightly different lead, which I will cover in tomorrow's video anyway. Hope you enjoyed today's video. See you guys in the next one. Good luck with your battle trainers.